if you can name one or two some very famous businessmen that traveled with you to China.
Evgeny Cherniak, he is famous because he is in Forbes list. There is a cities of electronics, it's like Shanghai and Dongguan.
Yeah.
There's a city of sex toys.
Привіт.
Привет.
Це яке привіт, я ж англійською. Hey.
Hello.
In today's interview, we're gonna meet and talk with Andrew about his social media, about his company that helps people discover China, and I think we're gonna discover his story about him coming to China, about him running his social media platforms, and many more other things.
Hi. Let's go.
Yeah. We are now located, where are we?
We are near the Bund in Shanghai. We are walking along the river, which is called Huangpu, Yellow River. And Shanghai is my favorite city in China, and this is the first city when I come to a very long time ago, like more than 15 years ago.
So, we are now located at this area, at the Bund. It looks really beautiful, but it's super hot, and you can see that.
Yes, and cicadas, I don't know what is English name, like cicada, we call it in Ukrainian. We are insects that makes big sound. I think you can hear them because now it's beginning of end of July, beginning of August, and it's the time where it's super noisy in Shanghai and in any, I think, most of Chinese cities where there is this kind of insects. Okay, now it's better.
Yeah. So I have a list of questions to Andrew, and in this interview, mainly I would like to talk about two things. Discover how Andrew runs and improves his social media platforms, and about his tours to China, as he organizes different tours to China.
Yeah.
So I know your company is called Open China.
Yes.
Your social media platforms are called Open China.
Yeah.
Everything is called Open China. What is Open China?
I think now you need to call it like reopened China, because China is from the beginning it was an idea that to introduce China and Chinese culture, Chinese possibilities to businessmen from all around the world. Basically, I'm Ukrainian, and basically my customers are Ukrainian, but now Ukrainians are spread all around Europe, and I think it will be more international. Yes, so to open China and the open possibilities in China for business, for travel, for meeting new people, and so on. So after COVID, this is the first time I came, not second time, but first time in Shanghai.
Yeah.
I came here after 3 long years of COVID. So it's like Open China 2.0, because you know China is reopened. You see the beautiful view. It's Shanghai, very famous
TV tower.
TV tower, yes, and I like to be here. So everything is about China, and I am maybe inspired of this, you know, how it's rapidly developing, and how it's completely, it can change very fast, and at the same time it's very traditional, and at the same time it's very modern. So you can see that it comes together, and I help people to learn more about China, to understand China, and to love it.
Okay, so for this interview I prepared you a whole bunch of different questions. These questions are on this phone, and so we have about 20 questions.
Oh, nice. Well prepared. Okay.
So, Andrew, we know that Open China is a company, yes, that helps people come and discover China, also learn about China from your social media platforms. What about people? So, who is your audience? Who is your main audience on social media? And maybe when they come to China, who are the people who come with you?
Yeah. I work with businessmen. So these people basically want to create something, create some product, some new brand, and they basically use China to as a production chain, supply chain for their products. My expertise is sourcing and finding a reliable supplier and quality control and factory audit and so on. But you know, business people are also people, and they want to travel, and they want at the same time it's like a work-life balance. In my business trips, basically it's business trips to fairs and factories and different cities in around China, but I want to make them more variated, so they have much more experience about Chinese culture and Chinese food for sure. At the same time, it's like all about life in China, how they can taste it, like how it could be here. What's the difference between Western people and Chinese people? Maybe I'd like them to feel themselves a little bit like living here and having business here and spending more time to understand the culture, go deeper in this Chinese mentality. Yeah. Yes, basically audience is businessmen. But I'm thinking about before I made the tours to Canton Fair and wholesale markets, like in Shenzhen there is a Huaqiangbei, very big electronics market, and then I'm going to have a next tour for e-commerce goods, to find the new trendy products for selling online on marketplaces and different platforms and making their private label products. But for this, basically, the fairs for these products are in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about that, like many people who already visited China with me, they ask like, Andrew, I like it very much. I was in Guangzhou, in Shenzhen, or in Hong Kong, but I haven't seen like a Chinese Great Wall. I haven't been to Shanghai. I want to travel more with you, and I want to visit more beautiful places. Maybe not for business, just to see China. Just like, you know, their request sounds like, I want to see China. So I want to understand it. I want to see more different places. So I'm preparing a new route for them, which will include Beijing and Shanghai and mountains,
Yeah.
Avatar Mountains, which so-called Avatar Mountains in Zhangjiajie. So it will be more like travel and trying different experiences, and even like it could be something like a places of power tour. So I think there are many places in China which could be very inspiring for people, and I want them to visit and dream about, maybe have some new dreams about their business. Maybe they have some new ideas about their life, some changing points maybe even. So I like to transform people a little. I think it will help.
Okay, interesting. So if I am a businessman and I haven't been to China, or maybe I have been but I haven't experienced, you know, some big cities or some beautiful places, right? I can come to you and I can travel with you.
Yes.
What are some, if you can name one or two, some very, very famous businessmen that traveled with you to China?
There are many, you know, maybe not very famous, but very interesting people, because basically I'm not, I don't take any people with me. I first like make some kind of pre-selection, and basically I choose customers who have some kind of idea and the products, and so it's not like just selling products, some which already existed. They have something new, some they know their audience, and they have ideas which I can help to realize coming to life.
Okay.
The most, as for your question, which are the famous businessmen, I made a tour, private tour, for very famous in Ukrainian, very famous businessman, Evgeny Cherniak. He is famous because he is in Forbes list I don't know, maybe top 10 or top 20 in Ukraine. And he is owner of Hortitsa vodka brand, and he is also in social media. He's very famous for his YouTube channel Big Money.
He's taking the same interviews as I'm taking now, but with businessmen. Well, with businessmen, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And asking them how to earn much money in their business. Yes. He's a strong guy. He is very, he has very strict requirements, and it was for me. It was a challenge to prepare the private tour for him. But I think after this experience, I'm ready for any kind of new how to say
adventures.
Yes, because it was like a stress test for me, crash test for for my tours.
Okay.
So then after this private tour for him, I can handle any big groups of businessmen, tourists. So I have enough confidence.
Yeah. So Evgeny Cherniak went to tour with Andrew, and yeah, did he like it?
Yes.
Yeah. So he liked it. Okay, that's great. I think Evgeny Cherniak is a great entrepreneur, and I also respect him from my childhood. I like him a lot. Now you are in China. You are in China, but you haven't been in China for all this time when it was COVID.
COVID time.
So China was closed for COVID, and nobody was able to come here, unless, well, nobody was able to come here.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to say, like, unless you are huge, but even like Elon Musk or guys like this didn't come here in these 3 years. So you come here now. Tell me, why are you here now?
There are few reasons for this trip. Basically, first is very common because I also sell the goods. I help to buy gym equipment and make private label gym equipment for fitness studios in different countries. So I visit my suppliers to see their new range of products which they developed during this long 3 years. And it was very big range of products that were really produced and by their engineers, so it was worth to visit. At the same time, as I know that for me it will be only this period of time when I have like a vacation, so I made this time for me pleasant. So I visited the place I like. First I came to Beijing to understand I think this city has soul, and it's very special. It's a cultural place and very historical place, and it's a political capital. And so Beijing is very different if compared to south of China, if compared to Shanghai. Then I moved to factories of gym equipment. Then I moved to Inner Mongolia. I was there for visiting fair, and I even visited the tomb of Genghis Khan.
Yeah,
it was a very interesting experience. And then I moved to mountains, Zhanjiang mountains in Hunan province, and visited also supplier in Yiwu. And then I finished my private tour for me in Shanghai. And Shanghai is my favorite city. Still favorite because it's originally first time I came in Shanghai when first time I traveled to China, and so at the same time what comes to mind when I travel is to make a new tour, as I told before, about like places of power in China, Beijing, Shanghai mountains, and also there are some more spots on this route. So it's also worth to learn more, to think more, and I think at the end it's something is already born in my mind to make this kind of new route for my tourists.
Cool, that sounds really great. So, for how long did you come here in China now, this time?
This time it was 2 weeks,
Yeah.
complete 2 weeks. And basically, I don't stay for a long time here. I'm like a professional comer to China, you know, like because I've been there maybe more than 20, or maybe even more than 30 times, and I'm very professional in visiting because in different cities in China, because they are very different, and even people who like live in Guangzhou, it's sometimes they know everything all around Guangzhou, but if they visit Beijing, they are also foreigners there. They don't know much. It's different people, different pronunciation, different culture, different road maps and so on. But I think I visit this Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Xiang'an, these cities like equally.
Yeah.
So pretty often every different. So I think I can feel myself like at home everywhere.
Yeah. So, to come a little bit back and to know where did this story begin, I want to ask you another question. Okay, I have a question to you. When did you come to China for the first time? How did this actually begin? I know you have been staying in China, or you have been coming to China since very early years, but I do not know when exactly and how did it happen.
Basically, at the first time when I came, I worked in a company. I started to work in a company, and I was like a purchasing manager and marketing manager, maybe then later like innovations manager. So my job was to find the new products and find the factory and place order and so on. And because my Chinese was at that time was also quite okay.
Yeah.
And my boss took me with him together to China to visiting factories. And even first time it was not China, it was Taiwan. I was in Taichung in Taiwan and visiting factories there, and then come to Shanghai, then came to Guangzhou for Canton Fair. So at that time I was working in the company, but then finally I quit and found like I started to as a freelancer. Like so I have a long way. Like first I was employed, and then I started to as a freelancer. Then I set up my own company. So like full journey of entrepreneur from the. I tried all these positions, you know.
What year it was?
It was in maybe even I remember 2006, but even maybe a little earlier, like 2004, because I already from that time like 5 passports are finished, and the first passport, foreign passport. Which was in this trip. I don't know if I still like have or not, because there are too many journeys, too many trips during this long period of time. So they are run out of pages for visa.
Wow, that's interesting. What about your first? What did you do first? You said you were doing some freelance, some other things. What it was?
It was basically my first job is very connected with tools.
Yeah.
So this was a brand of construction tools, and all kinds of automotive tools, hand tools, pneumatic tools. So everything to work with, you know, for workers, for like you know, some like hobby in the supermarkets, you know, like DIY segment of products for do-it-yourself.
Yes.
So I was very experienced in this area, but I don't want to be in competition. When I quit, I learned more about. I know everything about suppliers, but I don't want it to help the competitors of my company, which I worked in. So I shifted to other products, and first it was the brand of LED lamps. Then next one it was like kids shoes. Then it was bicycles. Then it was gym equipment. Then it was clothes for women and promo souvenirs and home appliances and so on and so on. So I tried many products, and which was at the present moment also very interesting for me, that I like to learn about this any new niche, and you know, like production in China is also like very located. Like there is a city of umbrellas. There is a city of, like, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What is this?
City of umbrellas. It's called. I don't remember. Somewhere near in the eastern part, like near Samen. And there is city of pliers, hand pliers. It's Zhangjiagang.
Okay.
There is a cities of electronics. It's like Shenzhen and Dongguan.
Yeah.
There is city of sex toys. There is city of
sex toys.
Yeah, Dongguan also, Dongguan. And it's like, you know, capital, like red district of China.
Wow, like Amsterdam.
Yeah. And so it was very interesting for me that you can find, like, you know, one city or even village in China that all the factories of the products that they are looking for, they are located in this small city. Like, you know, for gym equipment there is a small city which has about 300 factories of gym equipment.
One city has 300 factories.
Yes. And
that's crazy.
if electronics in Shenzhen, I don't know, even much more. I think
Yes, we go here.
And
because it's too windy.
Socks, city of you know, toys, Shantou. I know very many of them by names, and I visited many of these cities. City of jeans, city of, you know, so any product has a special place in China. So for me it was interesting to develop in this area, to know this geography of production. It's like production clusters, you know, because there is no complete map of this, not nowhere in the internet. There is such kind of, you know, some parts of this map, but no complete map, and nobody knows the complete map of these products in China. But I wanted to make it from my own experience, and then I also tried during COVID. I started to make education for businessmen and import managers. Many people from big companies or Amazon sellers, they learned from me
about China, about Chinese products.
Yeah, supplying goods from China, find the right supplier, and making private label. So I also introduced this information for them in my course, which called Buyer. So it was useful. All this experience was very useful, I think. So many goods, you see, very many areas and branches, niches, and it's counting. Okay,
that's interesting. Do you consider yourself a social media creator?
Yeah, I think so, because I'd like to share. I like to share the information I know and the expertise I know. And I want to share good things, you know. I don't share like bad things about China or something. I don't want to multiply bad things. I want to multiply good things.
Yeah.
And so this is I don't know. Maybe it's my feature, because I also made first from the start. I didn't make video. It was a long time ago, but I started my own blog. First it was like in Blogspot in Google, then this website still exists. It's called openchina.com.ua,
wow,
Ukrainian, and there are many articles, and you can even find some articles from like more than 10 years ago, which I actually wrote from my experience. It was my own suggestions. It was my own, you know, the things that I really know.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't rewrote any articles. I didn't. There was not much literature about doing business in China at that time. But then, after some period of time, when I traveled a lot around China, and the people who come with me in the tours, some of them just told me, Andrew, why don't you film our trip? Why don't you show it to others? Because we know too much interesting things.
Yeah.
We have seen too many, So it was a really fun journey. It was very great experience. But nobody knows except few people that was together with you. So I thought, yes, okay, why not? And I had a friend who was like professional video creator. I just came to him and said like, I'd like to make films. I know he was doing vlogs. It was 2016 or 15. And I just asked his suggestions about how to film myself. Basically, I make I make films, vlogs the same way now. Maybe I have some new techniques how to rotate camera or something like this, but basically it's the same. So I just like speaking head. I show myself in the camera, and I show the place, show myself, tell suggestions, tell my advices and so on. So it's basically very useful information, which is like cut to be seen very interesting, not boring, because there is too much music in my videos. I like Chinese music and I prepare the music by myself. And of course I don't make it alone. I have a professional cutter,
video editor.
The girl, she has we work together for a very long time already, and she understands a lot in my ideas, and so now we are like a team. So she helps me a lot. And then at the end, people like they can see like adventure or journey in China, and it has many useful information on its way, and they can see pretty much, and they understand my expertise, and then later they find me, and when I say, okay, we have a tour in China, there is a date, and this is the cost, they say, okay, I see you, I know you for a long time, so where to pay money, it's okay, I'm ready to come. So this videos was really helpful. Before I didn't know why I was not filming, but now every journey I make a video about it.
Super. When was the first time when you started using social media? When was the first time in your life when you started using social media? Maybe when you were like 10, 9, 7, 15, whatever. When it was, and what was the social media platform?
I was not so young when all this new social media, started. So maybe I tried any new features and new social media from the start. So like when Instagram or Facebook they started, I already started to use them.
Yeah.
So
the first was
I don't know, where is Facebook? 2005 or something? No, later. Like this.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. And what are the main social media platforms that you are using right now?
Yes, basically I use for my videos I use YouTube, and I make.
How to find your YouTube? We can put it here.
Yeah, it's all content is in Russian. Sorry guys, but you can translate it. You see the translation. It's called like Open in China. If Открывая Китай in Russian. If you search Ilyenko Andriy Kitai, like it's me, Ilyenko Andriy, China. so you can find it, I think,
We can put it here.
or you can check news of China news. So I also make China news. During COVID, I made already 72 series of these videos. It was very interesting. So YouTube is number one. I don't have much subscribers there, but they are very involved, I think, and very loyal, and so they like my content. And also use Instagram for stories and write some posts about videos about China.
How to find your Instagram? What is the main
Instagram
page
is
for Instagram?
it's very strange. Like, you know, the name is ANRYDM because like I'm a Depeche Mode fan. It's what DM at the end.
You can put it here.
Henry is like a French short. It's shorter than Andriy and Andrew, but it's like a French Henri is Andrew, but in French. So it's very, like, you know, long history of this login. Henry DM. Yes, you can find. But yeah, I have new English Instagram, Andrew / Open China. So it's in English. So I think for you guys it will be more useful.
Okay, cool. So I was checking your YouTube channel and I was checking your Instagram channel before the interview, and so I have some questions regarding this social media. So I was checking your Instagram. Your Instagram has, if I'm not right, correct me, it has about 16,000.3 followers.
Yeah, 16.
And I can see that on your posts you have different comments, you have likes, you have many people talking, doing something. And I can see that on your Instagram you have about 1,500 posts. 1,500 posts. When did you start your Instagram?
Don't know. Maybe from the beginning. I don't know. Very long time. I don't remember. Because, you know, I like to share the interesting things which I see. So for me, it's very natural to have Instagram and share stories, because during all this 2 weeks trip in China, I made stories, maybe, don't know, at least 10-15 stories per day. Like some people already like traveled with me, and when I met some of my friends personally, they said, wow, it was so wonderful. I watched it like it was like, you know, a movie. I watched it every day. I like it. So for me it's also inspiring, because I receive feedback. I understand that somebody is watching, and I also can interact, like, you know, ask people about their opinion, or they sometimes ask me what is the place or what is it. It's very interesting, you know. They see the world by my eyes, and they see it's very different way, because it's for them it's maybe it's very, you know, some new. Nobody knows much about China, so I can show them very, you know, friendly way. It's not you know, nobody don't need to be afraid. It's very friendly, and you can find many interesting things here. People are good, and you can enjoy your time and so on. So I make it comfortable, you know, for them. And after seeing my stories, I think even if they travel by themselves, or like, you know, so just their understanding of China, knowing of China, it becomes better. So that's like a big goal for me also, to show people true China, you know. Mm-hmm. Not like China news, which is like sometimes it's very it's not true basically.
What about your Instagram? So on Instagram you say you make about 10 stories a day when you come to China.
Yeah.
What about content that you are creating there? Are you creating videos? Are you creating pictures, posts, some beautiful pictures in front of, like, with a mountain in the background? What is the type of content that you are sharing there most? What is the main content that you are sharing?
Mostly it's stories, and it's videos.
Yeah.
But I'd like it to be, like, you know, variable, very different. So sometimes it's like pictures, videos, and so on. And must be interactive. I also use, you know, like they can vote, send me some message about, I will reply, and so on. So I think it's like usual Instagram things, nothing special. I do it by myself. I don't use any additional work for Instagram because it's. I think it must be natural. Yes, it takes time, but for me it worth it because I'm like peer-to-peer with my audience, and they also appreciate it.
Super cool. So I can see that your Instagram is a very. I can feel that you have 1,500 posts. I can see that you worked on it a lot. You have created a lot, and so part of our interview is about social media for people to understand how to build, how to create, how to make it better. If you give some suggestions about Instagram, what do you think you use, and what are some important tips for you when you run your Instagram? For example, when you post something every day, you think, okay, every day I must like post like 5 stories, or I might post a video, I must post this. What are some must-do things when you run your Instagram? And what are things that you should avoid when you're running your Instagram?
I will not suggest, like, you know, my suggestions will be not about like numbers or how to increase followers and so on. It will be happen automatically if you will be, I think it will, if you will be sincere with your audience, and if you will like, you know, yeah, just to speak the truth and to be real, because nobody wants to see like people who are pretending to be someone, or just like making their brand of their personality and so on, like with yeah, because they can see it's not like no, they can feel that it could be a little like not true. But if you will be sincere, for example, for me, I can eat. I like Chinese food, and I show food pretty often. I like Chinese music, and I also like live music festivals, and I show it even if it's not really connected to business, but people understand that I'm really I'm human. So I like hobbies, I like things I like. I met people, I have friends. I show everything like this because for me it's natural. So they see that I'm a real guy, you know. They can communicate and maybe be friends with. So this is maybe the basic advice, and I'd like to be more professional. I want to increase my, you know, learning about how to make videos. I think it must because the quality of content is growing all the time. Not only mine, I mean like the market and the requirements to content, because it's easy, you know, like you can use your iPhone or any kind of camera and start to be a blogger, and even have too big quantity of subscribers if you know something, you're good at something. So I think it's must any people who make videos, shooting videos, making pictures and so on, they must be increase their professionalism in this area. Because the requirements of the market are growing. Some people want to see your video on the big screens, like, you know, so it must be filming with big, higher quality. So some want to be like, they go to cinemas and they see that, like, you know, the picture is always moving and changing, you know, the angles and so on. So it will be for them it will be not so boring, and they already habit this kind of video, so they will require this kind of video. And if you don't meet requirements, you can be like the rank maybe lower, like for them, you know. So they will choose some other better content.
Okay.
So content must be high quality.
Super. Got Instagram. We got everything about Instagram. What about YouTube? So I was also checking your YouTube channel, and so the YouTube channel, yeah, you have one YouTube channel, yes, where I have seen that you have about 70, maybe 273.
No. If you followers, no.
No. I'm saying. So you have a YouTube channel. On your
Yeah.
YouTube channel, you have at this moment today is 29th or 30th of July, and you have about 10,000 followers plus,
11,
and
yeah.
11,000 followers.
12, maybe even 12 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on your YouTube channel, you also have quite a lot of different videos, vlogs. You have about 70, I think, vlogs,
Yeah.
and 30 tips. Am I correct? 30. This one I might be mistaken. You have 70 and something
Well,
vlogs.
maybe
about
webinars.
China.
Yeah, I
Webinars?
can tell about it.
Well, yeah. What is your YouTube channel about, and what do you talk there about?
Basically, I have different types of content. First, it was created for video vlogs about my trips and to show China, Chinese factories and different cities and fairs and new goods and so on. Then, as I have too much expertise in it, I also make educational video like webinars, and you can also find this kind of webinars at my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But I also made several interviews with businessmen, which I didn't much thought about like what will be good for followers, subscribers, and likes. I just made interviews with people who I like to talk to, and some videos was viral and was very popular.
Who it was with?
It was with like a brand creators. Some people I was very interested like to speak to people and ask what is the reason or how they what is their mindset of creating new products. And the interview with my good friend Andriy Ilyenko. He is a creator of clothes brand. It's raincoats and different kinds of like very modern, fashionable, high-tech clothes for protecting from rain and so on. And I interviewed him, and after this interview, several very important connections happened because I helped him to get to know Ilyenko, who is very famous, maybe the most famous rock musician in Russia now, and he's very pro-Ukrainian. He's a good guy. I know him personally, but he I don't know how, but he saw my video. And he asked me, like, can you give me the contact of this guy? I'm looking for the guy who I can make a new collection of my album, 20 years of my album Morskaya. We want to like a limited edition collection of clothes. I want to cooperate with someone. So I introduced them to each other, and they made it. And then yesterday also I met with guy I like. My friend of mine for a very long time, Artem, and they also work now with Lagutenko and helped him to on TikTok in LA in US, and he said like it's you introduced me to him. Do you remember? And I said, wow, really? So it was like so somehow this interview was very really helpful, and it has too much views. I don't remember, but at least 10,000, maybe 20. It's not. I think it's good for the interview with someone who is not famous guy. Like he's like just a guy who creates his own brand. So this is interviews, but not many of them. And during COVID, I started to make news, China news, because I was very connected with China, and I see that too many interesting things happen here, and it's all about like technologies and the new products and the new like airports, new architecture, new media platforms, and so everything is China is booming. Too many things, very interesting things happen here, So I started to make my China news. What kind of news I choose, because there are different, so I choose basically the news are useful for people, for business people. So if they come to China when it's open, now you can. So you will, for example, visit some kind of, there is a like underground from Shanghai to Suzhou now, so you can go by underground. You didn't know it before, now you know. You have just one hour and you will be in Suzhou by underground. Don't need to go to airport or don't need to go to railway station and wait for a long time. So this kind of information, new requirements, some restrictions, some requirements about travel, also about logistics, about new rules, new routes, also some part of news about big companies like Alibaba, Tencent, and so on.
Yeah, I have seen one of the last videos on your channel about WeChat, that WeChat allowed foreigners to register bank cards, and you explained how it works and how to do it. How you can now use WeChat to pay money.
It will be useful because before it was not allowed, so now it will be really useful for people, for my tourists also, for people who come with me, and any foreigner who will come to China. So now they can use WeChat wallet, WeChat Pay, WeChat Money, taking money from their bank card. So yes, this kind of content. And I mix it with kind of memes and some funny videos from Chinese social networks. So I try to be funny and useful at the same time, so not to be boring. So I think it works. Many people, they like it, and they say thank you very much for your news. I watch it. It's the only news I see on YouTube. So this kind of feedback I get.
Wow. Okay, interesting. What about your YouTube channel? So you said that you do not remember when you started Instagram. You started a long time ago. What about YouTube channel? Do you remember when you started it and why you started it?
Yeah, but I already told about it.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Because I started it just registered, like it's the date when Gmail was registered, maybe YouTube at the same time. But I started it in 2015-16 when my friend told me, like, why don't you film in your journeys? So then it was first vlog. It was actually about Avatar Mountains and gym factories.
Yeah.
So it was it was my first vlog, maybe even 40 minutes, something pretty long. But after that I started filming regularly. And that was a starting point of my YouTube career, how to say.
That's great. I have some quiz for you.
Okay.
I have a little quiz for you. So I will tell you two different words. I tell you two different words, like A and B, and you need to quickly, without thinking, tell me one of those.
Okay.
Okay. So first, let's start. Instagram or YouTube?
YouTube.
Germany or China?
China.
China or Ukraine?
China.
Family or friends?
Family.
Going out or staying at home?
Going out.
Developing tours or importing goods?
Developing tours.
Building a business here in China or building a business outside of China but with connection to China?
Outside with connection to China.
Great. Okay. I want to also talk a little bit about your life recently. So you are from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yes, you're from Ukraine. And this is your first time when you come to China. What about your family? Where is your family now?
My family now is in Germany.
Yeah.
My parents, my sister, my wife, and me. I also live in Germany, in Berlin, and I like this city. I moved there because of war, and I was quite lucky because I was moving not out of Ukraine, but when the war started, I was in vacation in Sri Lanka, so I moved from Sri Lanka to Germany. Yeah, many people think that I'm lucky about it. Now I live in Germany, and that's why I can travel to China. And many people who live in Ukraine, unfortunately, they can't travel. But I hope the war will end by our victory, by Ukrainian victory, and we will soon be able to travel and come to China.
Now you live in Germany, you sometimes will come to China, and when you come to China next time, you will probably come with a tour, a tour of people. How many people do you think there will come? 100, 50, 20, 10, 5, one, maybe another one businessman from Ukraine? Who you will come with? How many people will come with you?
I already found the quantity of people very convenient to handle.
Yes.
And because I am also very worried about their comfort and my tour will be useful for them.
Yes.
So basically it's about like 7, 8, up to 10, maybe 12. I have already like 10, 12. It was in different years. It was this kind of quantity of people, and I know it will be good for me, for them also. So I'm not going to make a tour for 100 people. Maybe I wanted bigger quantity, like bigger groups, but this way I need to structure it I think any kind of group must be split at some mini groups and so on, and needs to have assistant. So I use assistant, additional translator assistant when I have groups of more than like 7 people. So anyway, it will be one more person to help to assist. And so for this next tour, which is going to be in October, it will be a tour to Hong Kong and Guangzhou and Shenzhen, so South China area, and it will be all about e-commerce and the goods, new goods for e-commerce to make a private label products and sell it in Europe in marketplaces like Amazon, Allegro in Poland, or any Ukrainian marketplaces, or sell them like using Facebook, Instagram, and so on, any channels, because now it's multi-channel, omni-channel sales. But any businessmen, they need new goods, because new goods they have higher profit, higher demand, and the market is not, is still. There is a market for these goods, and so the only way is to come to the fair and to be like the first one to see some interesting new goods feature, and just introduce it to your market. And your market could be Ukraine or Poland or Germany, and we are like any buyers from any country, like we are at the same level of competitiveness, because we are like everything has the roots from China, so we can find at the same time there will be like buyers from IKEA or some like from Walmart and the Disney and so on. So you will be you can even bring these products earlier than them, if you find it, and you will be quick and make right steps. So this kind of tour, the dates are from 12th to 23 of October. There is a already program, and it's need to hurry up if you want to come, because need to make Chinese visa. And then I'm thinking the next tour about traveling to places of power. It will be, I think, in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, just a question regarding the tours? I know Chinese consulates in Ukraine are closed, or they are open already.
I know it's closed. But as for visa, I think you have a question about how to get visa, right? No?
No, if you get a visa from European country.
Yeah,
yes?
yeah. From Warsaw or Moldova, some neighbor countries, so you can. If people who can travel, they can go to neighbor country and get visa.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew, So when I publish this video on YouTube, I want to have a little kind of challenge or kind of a task for people. So we will ask people, we will encourage people to ask some questions, to write some comments. And so for now, actually, my YouTube is quite small. Not sure how many comments there will be, but those people who will ask the best questions, the best comments, if we can pick them up, and if we can give them something, whatever it is, maybe a shout out on Instagram story, maybe a little talk, maybe a little souvenir gift from Ukraine, or anything else. What do you think about this?
It's fine. I can suggest like one-to-one online conversation on any topic like business, China. Basically, it's I make paid conversation, and it's cost starting from $150 per hour. So you can receive it for free.
Discount,
yeah.
10%.
No, I'm ready to have one conversation to tell more about travel to China, production in China, making your private labels, and so on. Any expertise, because I have more than 15 years, different like cities of different goods. So I think it will be very useful for businessmen. You can try and win this kind of consultation from me.
Super. So guys, whenever you see this video, write a comment, ask a question. We will choose one of the best, and you will win this private conversation. I think online conversation.
Yeah. We will schedule a time which is convenient for you, for me, and yes, we do it.
Cool. It was really big pleasure to meet with you. It was really big pleasure to see you here in Shanghai. Have this interview with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
See you next time with your tour.
Yeah.
And good luck with this.
Yeah. And come to China.
Yes, come to China.